So we're finally getting to see the 7-seater Model Y. It's not that bad. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dax. This is Tesla Talks. Thanks for tuning in. Well, the Model Y is here. The standard range is here. The long range and of course the performance is here. But what is also here that just started a few weeks ago is the 7-seater, the long-awaited 7-seater. And so many people, this whole thing has been a debate. I'll give you a little recap. The whole thing has been a debate whether the 7-seater was coming in forward-facing or rear-facing. We finally figured out it was forward-facing, like it was from the very beginning. So that was settled. And then the next thing was settled was how big it's going to be and who's going to be able to fit in there, because back there in just a 5-seater, it was tiny and people were assuming that, and I assumed too, I'm not going to say that I didn't assume, but a lot of people, including myself, assumed that it wasn't going to fit people, like normal people. But it actually does, and now it's out. We got to see, about a week or two ago, we got to see some pictures that Tesla put out there of what it's going to look like, and that was a wide angle shot and everything looked big, and people were still skeptical with it, saying that, you know, it might not look that big. And then when it finally came and it's out now, I don't know if many people have it delivered to them, but Drive Tesla Canada, that website that I've raved about so many times, run by my buddy Darren, he gets the scoops. I'm telling you, Drive Tesla Canada. Don't worry about electric, don't worry about inside EVs. They're all good, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing them, but Drive Tesla Canada, they get some really good scoops sometimes. So Darren got some good pictures of the 7-seater. Now, keep in mind, these are just still photos. There's no videos out. We're still waiting for some YouTuber to get out there and actually get their hands on a 7-seater and do a nice walk around video, test it out and try it out and stuff like that. So Darren got a bunch of photos and we're going to go through them right now, step by step. Follow me if you want to see the photos in full other than this video after this video is over. For one, I'll put a link to the description of the actual article below in the description, and you can go take a look at the pictures yourself in high res or whatever it is. Now, these photos are brought to us by some user in Tesla Motor Club, or the TMC, and another person named Tammy I on Facebook. Now, these pictures are all the dark interior. I know Tesla showed the white interior and it looked beautiful, but these ones are the dark interior. So this is what I think a lot of people are going to get, because obviously it's cheaper than the white one, and I think it's going to be more popular. Looking at the first picture from the passenger side looking in, you get to see the second row folded back just to see what it looks like, and you can see how there's a like we knew before, the cup holders and the USB-C connectors in the back. One thing I noticed is it doesn't have third row HVAC vents. I was told that it was going to have it, but it doesn't have it in this one, so that's a little bit of a disappointment. But moving forward, you get to see how it looks, and you know, it doesn't look that bad. But once again, this is just a still photo. You really can't get a good gauge of what it's supposed to look like with just a regular photo. And then the second photo shows the rail system for the second row, and how when it tilts forward and goes up near the roof, how it looks and how it's supposed to operate, and the mechanisms there. You can see a little photo there, and that little indentation on the side of the chair where you put your hands into tilt the backrest back and forth type of thing, how it can move back and forth. That's new to the 7-seater configuration. Going down, you can see a little bit more here from the back pictures here. Now, this is when the third row is folded down, and it just shows a little bit of the back storage compartment and that lower well situation. And there's the well there. Nothing looks different, so it looks like everything's the same there. But it looks like when that cover goes over top, it hides just where, when it's folded down, it sort of makes it flush, and it hides the little bends that when the seat folds down, that little bend in the faux leather there. So it just covers that up and just makes it a little more neater and looks nicer. It's a nice flush finish. And there's another photo there of when they're all folded down, how much room you have in there, just the same as a 5-seater. And then going down further, scrolling down further, we see some nice pictures of people actually sitting in it. Now, this is where I think the pictures are compliments of the Facebook user Tammy I. The first picture shows a person in there that's 5 feet 4 inches tall, so pretty short person. I can relate to that. Pretty short person. That's the first photo, and you can see how much room is left there. I don't know. I mean, it depends on how large that person's hands are and fingers are. but that looks like probably 2, maybe 3 inches before their head hits the rear glass there. And then the next photo looking a little more where someone a little taller. This person apparently is supposed to be 6 feet tall, and as you can see, their head is touching, and they're sort of lean forward. They can't even really go on the headrest. So it's not for a 6 foot person or above, or even I'd say anybody probably 5'9" to 5'10", which is an average height. I get it, because if you go over a bump, your head may bounce up and down and hit the glass, which probably wouldn't be most ideal. Going down a little bit further in some of these other photos, you can see this is a comparison of the legroom with the second row. Now this is when you slide, because the second row now is on rails and it slides forward and backwards. Now when this picture here is when it's slid all the way to the front, right, just behind the driver's side or the passenger side of the first row, the front of the car. You can see when it's slid, when the second row is slid all the way up, this is how much legroom you have. When it's slid all the way back, here's the other photo of how much legroom you actually have in the second row. So considerable amount of legroom in the second photo when it's slid all the way back, and not that much when it's slid all the way forward. So maybe somewhere in between, maybe the halfway point. I don't know how many levels it has in between, but the halfway point might be a nice happy medium. Here are some more photos here of someone in the back, and now this is obviously probably that smaller person, the person that's 5'4". As you can see, they're in there, and you know, their knees are pretty close to the back of the second row there, which is expected, right? We know that it's probably mostly for kids, but in a pinch, in a short distance, no long distance traveling from Canada to California or a cross country trek or anything, none of that is going to be warranted for this kind of comfort level in the third row. But for small kids, they don't care. They'll have a blast back there. So you can see some more photos there. There's a photo of where you put your feet in the third row, how much foot room there is there. It's not that bad. It's not great or anything bad. And then some final photos there showing a car seat in the second row, rear facing car seat, how it'll go. And then it even shows a booster seat in the third row. Not that I would recommend putting a booster seat, but that's for a small toddler or something. But you can put it in there, and it shows a shoulder can fold up and go in the back well, and you've got room for that too. So it's not like when the third row is up, that trunk space is completely canceled out and you can't use it. I've had some things where the third row comes up and then you've got no room for anything else. So there you have it, folks. That is the third row. Those are some exclusive photos from Drive Tesla Canada of the third row of the Model Y. It's not as bad as we thought. Now, YouTube will come out with some videos and stuff like that, so we'll actually get videos of normal people sitting back there. But you know what? If you're, I'd say, anywhere below 5'6", 5'7", you'd fit in there, not for a long-term thing, but you'd fit in there and you'd get by. You wouldn't die back there. Anywhere 5'9", 5'8", and above, yeah, I wouldn't go back there. That's what the second row is for. Ideally, we all knew that it's for kids and toddlers and stuff like that, and it looks perfect for that. Legroom, it's not that bad. Tesla was very smart how they made the second row on rails, and you can slide it forward and backwards just to accommodate for people in the third row and give those people a little more legroom if they need to, right? There's no SUV or CUV that has a third row that is perfect. If you're looking for a perfect third row, a good third row, you're looking for like Yukon XLs and big, heavy, large SUVs that carry a lot of people, and those are a different class compared to the Model Y. Those are even bigger than the Model X. The Model X does a good job for carrying 7 people, but you're paying almost double the price for the Model X, and with the refresh coming and the lines closing and going into one and now reopening and going into one, I don't even know what's going on with the Model X, to be quite honest with you folks. So tell me what you think, guys. Now that you've seen pictures, and I know they're not live videos, but now that you've seen pictures with people in there, have you changed your opinion on the third row for the Model Y? Let me know down in the comments below and we'll talk about it more. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah.